A corporal told General Patton to get out, and the general said nothing. The room was already at its limit. A forward aid station, winter 1945. Cold air leaking through broken windows, dim light, no space to spare. Men lying on the floor, waiting their turn. One table, then another. Hands moving non-stop, no pauses, no wasted motion. This was not a hospital. This was a place where seconds decided outcomes. Then the door opened. Patton stepped in. 3-star general, absolute authority. The kind of presence that changes how people stand, how they speak, how they breathe. But no one turned. At the center of the room, a young corporal kept working. His sleeve was dark from his own wound. He did not look up, did not check who entered. He just said it. "Get out. I need this room." No rank, no hesitation, just a decision. Everyone heard it. And in that moment, there was only one question that mattered. What does power do when it is challenged by necessity? Because in any other place, that sentence ends a career. But here, something else was about to happen. A forward aid station sounds structured. It is not. It is whatever space is closest to the line where wounded soldiers can be treated fast enough to matter. A schoolroom, a barn, any building with a roof. Inside, there is no comfort. Light is weak, supplies are limited. Time is the only thing that truly runs out. Medics here are not surgeons. They are trained for speed, not perfection. Their task is simple in theory. Stop what can be stopped. Stabilize what can be stabilized. Move the rest. In practice, it means constant decisions under pressure. Who first? Who waits? What can be saved with what is available? The corporal in that room was working through all of that. Both hands in use, focus locked. Even his own injury was secondary. He had treated it just enough to keep moving. This is the key detail most people miss. In a space like this, rank shifts. Command does not belong to the highest rank in the building. It belongs to the person managing the process that keeps others alive. Interruptions are not neutral. They cost time. And time, in this environment, translates directly into outcomes. So when the corporal said, "Get out," he was not breaking rules. He was enforcing the only rule that mattered in that room. This was not the first time Patton had walked into a medical room. 2 years earlier, during the Sicily campaign, he entered a hospital and saw a soldier with no visible wounds. The man was suffering from what they then called battle exhaustion. Today, we would call it something else. Back then, it was often misunderstood. Patton reacted fast. He called the soldier weak. He struck him, ordered him back to the front. It happened again days later with another man. Those moments did not stay private. Reports moved up the chain. The reaction was severe. Public apology, loss of command time, a permanent mark on his reputation, and more importantly, a shift. After that, witnesses began to describe a different behavior. In medical spaces, Patton became quieter, more observant, less certain that rank gave him control over everything he saw. This matters, because the man standing in that doorway in 1945 was not the same man from Sicily. But habits run deep. Authority runs deeper. So when a corporal told him to leave, every expectation pointed in one direction. Correction, discipline, immediate response. Instead, something interrupted that pattern, and everyone in that room felt it before they understood it. Patton stood in the doorway and did not speak. He looked, not quickly, deliberately. The kind of look that takes in structure, not surface. Men on the floor, waiting. Not moving because they were told not to. Tables occupied, hands working without pause. The corporal at the center, both hands engaged, his own bandage already dark at the edge. This is critical. In high-pressure systems, interruption creates delay. Delay compounds. Small disruptions scale into larger outcomes. A single pause can shift the sequence. Patton understood sequence. He understood timing. That is what made him effective in the field. Now he applied that same logic here. If he stepped forward, someone would stop. If someone stopped, the flow would break. If the flow broke, time would be lost. And in that room, time was the only resource that could not be replaced. No one spoke. Everyone waited for a command that did not come. Instead, Patton stepped back. He closed the door, quietly. No correction, no acknowledgement, no assertion of rank, just a decision. And in that silence, the hierarchy in that room became clear to everyone watching. What happened in those few seconds is often misunderstood as restraint. It was not restraint. It was recognition. In structured systems, rank defines authority. But in functional systems, authority shifts to the point of highest impact. In that room, the highest impact did not belong to a general. It belonged to the corporal, managing time, sequence, and survival. Patton did not lose authority by stepping back. He applied it correctly. This is the distinction most people miss. Leadership is not constant control. It is accurate positioning. Knowing when your presence improves a system and when it disrupts it. 2 years earlier, he had entered similar rooms and acted on instinct. That instinct created damage. This time, he paused, assessed, and chose differently. That change is the story. The corporal never stopped working. The process continued. The room stayed functional, and the general walked away without a word, because a word would have added nothing. So here is the real question. When your authority gives you the right to stay, but the situation requires you to leave, what do you choose? Control or clarity?